Welcome to the new podcast, episode number 39. My name is Steven, joined as always by producer and co-host extraordinaire, Kelly. My man, let's get to it. Huge weekend of MMA. Man, did we ever have a ton of MMA. UFC going down in North Carolina. Bellator going down in jolly old England. And we even had, there was even a Road FC was also this weekend. Stomping Ground going down. Basically a Sunday Night Raw. Let's see what goes down here. Coming down for Stomping Ground. The show is going on as we speak. I'm staying away from the internet just because I don't want to get spoiled, even though I'm not excited about the card.
That was what I was doing this morning when I wanted to watch the Bareknucklefc.
Yep.
I have to stay away from all the social media.
Oh yeah, big time.
Anything. You never know. Some people just post pictures of the finishes. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Thanks for blowing everything.
Or if it was a 5-second knockout, they do a GIF of it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be all over the world. You don't want to be a GIF these days. That's for damn sure. You don't want to get knocked out in 5 seconds. There was a 6-second knockout in UFC too, so we'll touch base on that a little bit later on. Oh, and bare knuckle boxing, yeah, bare knuckle fighting championship too. Yeah, how could I forget to mention that? Went down. Obviously, that was massive this weekend. But I digress. Let's get to some MMA news throughout the week here, folks. Just gonna grab myself a glass of water first. Cold, crisp, refreshing water.
Gotta love the sponsors. Keeping the lights.
I'm not shitting you. There is a water commercial. I'm not even making this up. Living in Lower Mainland, we have some good water up here, not to brag. But there was seriously a commercial on the radio when I was driving home from my buddy's house the other day about water. Find out where your drinking water comes from. I think it's drinkwater.com or something like that. That could be our sponsor right there. It's a real thing, people.
I drink water.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Hook me up with that sponsorship.
We all do. It's the best. Been repping that shit since day one on this show. Oh, we're getting off track here. Let's talk about one of the biggest things this week being announced earlier in the week. Fedor, the last emperor, Emelianenko, is actually re-signed a 3-fight retirement tour with Bellator.
Wow.
So I'm sure he's going to get paid huge. But 3 fights left.
Do you think they're paying him that $1 million check every fight?
I think he's getting $3 million. That's totally what I thought too. I think he's probably getting 3.4 or something like that. He's getting a little bit. I can guarantee it because win or lose, he's a great dog in the fight. People are going to watch. You know what I mean? As sad, I was just the most conflicted I think I've ever been in my life. You know what I mean? Do I want to see him back? And half me says I don't want to see him back. You know what I mean? I was the biggest Fedor fan. To see him live and to knock out Arlovsky too. That was just one of the biggest moments of my MMA following career, you know what I mean, news reporting career of life. 2009, you know what I mean? That was an amazing year. 10 years ago now. Whew. I'm not that old, folks.
Fedor was a lot like Bellator too. He could have been a 205.
Big time.
But
yeah.
He's just fighting all these huge guys and winning easily.
That's what I'm wondering. Do we see him at 205 or do they give him gimmies? This is such an open-ended question. The mystery of who they're going to give him. Are they giving him gimmies older dudes too? You know what I mean? I think it's what Bellator does best right now is have these dudes against each other. But who does he go up against then? You know what I mean? And one guy that came to my mind would have to be, at 205 or at heavyweight. It would be a possibility. Would be Tito. Mm-hmm. Maybe Tito is, maybe Tito is one of those guys. One of the easy ones that was announced is Rampage. He's actually going to fight. Yeah, that's what you were thinking was Rampage, which I think works best. And the third they aren't official, but it makes the most sense too, is Josh Barnett, who was also just recently signed by Bellator as well. So you got 3 guys, but it's so interchangeable. Like, do they give him somebody like really old? You know what I mean? Like Dan Henderson. Even does Dan Henderson come back for that fight? Lyoto Machida. You know what I mean? Does he get a Lyoto Machida fight, or does he get like something like Hoist Gracie, something weird? You know what I mean?
Is Mark Hunt still in contract with UFC?
No, he's fully done out of his contract. Wow, now that's a great suggestion, Kelly. Yeah, that would really be a huge fight to.
I'd love to see
that would really turn heads and that would really turn heads for MMA as a whole, and especially for Bellator. What a huge announcement! That's a great call, Kelly. Good one on that one, man. It's tough to say, from someone on the outside, do they bring in the ringer, you know what I mean? Or like I said, do they bring in like a real old legend like Dan Severn or something? Or Ken Shamrock or something like that, you know what I mean?
See Ken
no, obviously, but that's what I'm saying. Do we see something like that though? You know what I mean? Randy Couture. Randy Couture, you know what I mean? That's a fight, you know what I mean? That was supposed to be Bellator a long time ago, and that never happened, but I don't know if they can drive enough money up to Randy's house. He's got to be in his 50s.
And he's making tons of dough off the movies, man. All the what are the movies called?
Expendables. Yeah, you're in 3 movies. You've made a lot of money. Yeah. You know what I mean? No matter what.
Especially if it's like part 1, 2, 3. That means people are watching them.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And just to be a part of that for sure, which he is a major part of it too. But the possibilities are endless for what happens to Fedor. Like I said, I'll watch it, obviously, but I'm not entirely sold on him coming back. That's how much I love this dude, and I'm just like, maybe getting knocked out 3 times isn't a good idea. But we'll find out.
If they give him cans, it's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Or those like legend fights where it's like other old people.
Yeah, don't give him like a top 5 guy or top 10 guy, something like that.
Yeah.
Bad idea. No more Meathead. Meathead was a bit of a mismatch for him.
Yeah.
But I digress. Speaking of Russians, though, the rematch has been announced. And speaking of Meathead, Sergey Karatonov will be taking on Matt Mitrione in a rematch, Bellator 225. Who do you think takes that one, Kelly? You know what I mean? In the rematch, the first one was ended with that nut shot of all nut shots. And no one.
I like Matt. I want him to win.
Wow, we got it. You heard it here first, folks. Kelly picking Matt Mitrione. I gotta say, Sergey Karatonov all the way for that one. I think he's gonna knock him out this time. I think Meathead's just one of those dudes where you never know what Meathead's showing up.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But if you could flip a coin, if there was one fight that was coming up and you could flip a coin and say heads or tails, and it's a 50-50 chance, this is the fight. I think it's going to be a great fight. I think that's the reason why everyone was so disappointed from the first showing, is because everyone was super excited about this matchup, and here it it obviously ended far too early by a nut shot from hell. I'm excited, very excited. 225 Bellator. Now making these good announcements. Announcements like this is a good announcement, good matchup. They, you know what I mean? I think what they do best is they don't have a whole hell of a stacked deck to work with, but they play it well. They do play it very, very well, and we may see some repetitive dudes, but I think that's what MMA is about, especially if you're the B League to the UFC. It's got to be tough out there. I would be honestly surprised to see how much money Bellator's making. You know what I mean? If they're not just breaking even.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money to do what they do. You know what I mean? It's a lot of money, and they're paying a lot of fighters big money too. I'm just thinking maybe some of these lower level cards, they're losing money. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like they have such an audience now. How long have they been doing it? Like 10 years?
Quite a long time. I think at least. Yeah. What is it? 2019. Yeah, maybe not. I think maybe like 2011, I think, is when they started.
Okay. It's quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have some dedicated fans that watch all the undercards and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's hard to say.
I enjoy them. I definitely enjoy the undercards.
Yeah. It depends if it's like, I don't know if they're actually trying to sell it or not. You know what I mean? If it's just on like what is it, Spike TV?
It's on it's Paramount is what it's called now.
If it's just on cable TV and like renting out this like small arena or whatever and don't have a bunch of big names.
Yeah.
They don't have to spend that much money on it.
That's true. That's true.
This is if they do the pay-per-view, then they need the actual name.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. No, exactly, having it as like their Ultimate Fighter shows. You know what I mean? The Ultimate Fight Nights, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah, I hear you saying, but I'm just wondering. You know, I hope they are making money because I love Bellator. I love Bellator.
UFC needs Bellator.
Absolutely.
And
I think the
vice versa.
fighters need Bellator. You know what I mean? To be a free agent of any kind, and it's getting them all paid much more than the UFC would like. That's for damn sure.
Bellator is a great way to get your name out. If you're a bit of a gatekeeper, it's a great way to actually go for a belt.
Yeah, great call.
And it's also a great way for these legends to kind of go into like a smaller arena and still be, I don't know.
Yeah, viable and
yeah,
enjoyable. And
exactly,
I think people are going to be like, yeah, cool. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't like that? Oh, I got to see Hoist Gracie. He may have been 65, but I got to see him. You know what I mean? That would be cool. That would be cool.
They need each other.
You know, you said 3 great points there about Bellator. Absolutely. The up-and-comers who, you know what I mean? They're in perfect position for the up-and-comers to come in. A young guy that's like 7-0 from King of the Cage or some shit like that, like we saw in that Patchy Mix guy. Perfect example for him to get a launching pad because it'd be if the UFC's ears didn't perk up when that dude just suffocated Andrades. That was a crazy finish. But I think when it comes to that, the next point you made was the gatekeepers. We see a lot of gatekeepers. I think it wasn't Dion Branch, but it's Linton Vassal. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Total gatekeeper of a dude. Emmanuel Newton was another like dude like that too. These total gatekeepers that you know what I mean. Ryan. He's their champ. The most gatekeeper league of all time. Ryan Bader is a 2-division champ.
But we all know if Bones or DC went in there,
obviously. And then for the legend dudes, no one else is handing out these legends money. You know what I mean? That's the reason why they have to fight. No one's giving these dudes a fucking even look or a paycheck. Yeah, 3 great points, Kelly. That's why you listen to this show, folks. Tune in. No, couldn't agree more. I love Bellator. Let's move our thoughts to the UFC. Huge announcement came down this week. I think their biggest announcement, obviously, UFC 243 going down in Melbourne, Australia. Can you guess who the championship bout will be in that one, Kelly?
Fabricio Verdun
versus Colby Covington.
Well, it's going to be a boomerang in the middle of the octagon.
Oh, I love it. Boomerang on a stick match. So you got to climb. It's like if you have like a boomerang, like it's on like the apron, like on the turnbuckles, you got to climb up and grab a boomerang. I love it. I'm tuning in.
Australia. I'm tuning in. I have no idea.
It's going to be for Robert Whittaker taking on Israel Adesanya. UFC 243 going down. Australia, yeah, huge matchup. They're both, because that's what's weird about Israel too. He is actually grew up in New Zealand. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a good matchup for both of them. It's not really the home field advantage because it's 2 dudes from down under.
I think Robert takes it.
Yeah, man, Israel's been. I've counted that guy out so many times, and I just you know what I mean, he impresses me every time. But I think if you got to go with work ethic, tenacity, and that in-your-face kind of fighting style, I think it's going to be Robert Whittaker. But will Israel already have a counter for and locked and loaded for Robert Whittaker? But can he keep up with Robert Whittaker, I think is what it's going to be.
I don't think most people can. I think Yoel could beat Israel.
Yeah.
So if Yoel can, and then Robert beat Yoel twice.
By proxy, of course. Yeah. Exactly.
My MMA math.
Exactly.
Works every time.
Exactly.
That's why Matt Serra knocked out GSP.
Yeah. The calculations were there. What a fight that would have been to bet on.
Oh man.
No one would have taken that bet in their fucking right mind though. That's just insane. But obviously I got to go Whittaker too. 100%. Just I don't see Israel, you know what I mean? He's shown some good flashes, you know what I mean? And has knocked out a lot of dudes. Mm-hmm. But this is Robert Whittaker we're talking about here. He should just change his name to Robert Forrest Whittaker. know. I love Ghost Dog. Great movie, Ghost Dog. Check it out. Yeah, I gotta go Whitaker. But anything can happen. I'd like to see what the betting odds are on that fight. Especially go down in, I think it's in summertime, which is good for them too, because it's actually the winter down under, which is kind of a cool. They actually have a show in the winter, so it's not scorching hot. Good actually move by the UFC, and having like an indoor event. They're Australia's where they're claiming they're the sports capital of the world now. I know.
Interesting. What sports came from?
I just like I don't see a lot of people like clamoring like these sports. Like they're not having NFL in Australia. They're having it in the UK and Canada. You know what I mean? They're not having. Even though for soccer, they have a decent soccer team. Their soccer team's good.
Yeah. Well, shit, they have to be good. They have to step over like scorpions and all the poisonous shit and fucking just kicking the ball around these snakes trying to bite you.
Giant spiders.
I wouldn't want to play sports over there. I'd be scared. I'd be focused on everything else.
Just living.
Just
not getting stung by some box jellyfish.
It is beautiful over there, though.
Yeah, I could imagine.
It's super beautiful.
I just thought that was weird too. I know, like they got a decent soccer team. That we're obviously from North America, so it's a little bit different over us. But even to Europe, I think Europe was even like, huh? You sure about that? You know what I mean?
You know what's good about Canada? Once a year, everything freezes and dies. Like all the bad shit.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't have any scorpions for that reason. Exactly. Can't stand our winters.
Or killer bees.
Can't stand you. Yeah. Killer bees is another one too. Yeah, killer bees will never get you. That's why a zombie apocalypse will never work here as well.
Yeah, it's freeze.
That was freeze.
And we'll just cut off all the heads.
We'll just go. Exactly. We'll just go. Like, we don't even have to go that far to get to like cold, wet temperature too.
I love how off we're going.
What are we talking about again? What show is this? Oh boy.
The Killer Bees podcast.
Oh, Australia. No, I'm saying sports capital. It's kind of weird. They have Aussie rules football. It's cool. They're good at cricket. Still.
Well,
Basketball.
You can call yourself whatever you want.
Yeah, baseball. You know what I mean? I don't like baseball, but still, I get exactly.
America calls itself the greatest country in the world. It's just a title.
Yeah, I guess so. I thought it was weird, but you do you, Australia. You do you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for you. Be proud.
Another matchup, but I was a little bit more confused by this one. The other one, that Melbourne card makes sense as a slam dunk. One, it doesn't make sense to me, is Valentina Shevchenko has had her new opponent announced, and then she will take on Liz Carmouche. Yeah. Weird.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Why Liz Carmouche? That's what I thought was weird. I know she's won a few fights, but she's nowhere. I don't even know what her ranking is.
I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be surprised if she's top 10. You know what I mean? This is another terrible matchup. The UFC matchmaker, especially for the women, is a fucking joke. This is a terrible matchup. Terrible matchup. Liz Carmouche is going to get destroyed. I would be very shocked. If you want to place a crazy bet, put $1 on this bet. Because the odds are going to be like astronomical for Liz Carmouche to win this. But I don't know why this fight would even be close to being announced.
That's so weird, because it's not like they don't have a decent division.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Liz Carmouche is very tough, a veteran she was one of the early UFC women pioneer. You know what I mean? To women MMA pioneers to be in the UFC, but she got beat up by everybody. That was good. You know what I mean? She is a journey woman, I guess. You know what I mean? She's a gatekeeper. She's tough, but do I say she's in the top 5? Hell no, unfortunately. You know what I mean? No disrespect. She's a great fighter. But to be able to go against for the belt, okay, I guess so. You know what I mean? I guess so. Weird. Who do you think takes that one, Kelly? Who do you think?
Oh, definitely Liz.
Drubbing for Shevchenko. Yeah, just with how deadly Valentina came off her last fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to give her kind of another can. I thought it was very odd. Some shitty news coming down this week. Henry Cejudo champ, 125, 135-pound champ will not be fighting anymore in the year of 2019. He won't be returning until 2020, early 2020, going for shoulder surgery. Henry Cejudo, we won't be regaled by the likes of his antics until, I'm guessing, February or March.
I think I saw him on Twitter or something, like, calling out some boxer, and then the boxer was like, it's kind of like barking back at him.
Oh, really?
So I think he wants to do a boxing match for a belt now.
Good for him. Why not? The dude's, obviously the dude's, his ego and his enthusiasm for life right now has got to be through the roof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got to be feeling unstoppable for a little dude. And why not? Hey, the guy's he wants to get that paycheck too.
Right? Why not?
Yeah, exactly. He's got the belts to prove it too. So he is a tough dude. And he's hanging with all likes, you know what I mean, with a great grappler and Mighty Mouse, and then, you know what I mean, two real good strikers in Dillashaw and obviously Moraes too, hanging with those two dudes, living obviously his. Yeah, that's always, I always thought it was weird when Khabib was always like, oh, I'm going to box too. I don't think so. Henry Cejudo, I think, could do it because he could fight like a smaller dude too, like 125 at boxing or something like that too, right? And I think it would work out for him in that way.
No, Khabib, he would play stand planted, swinging. You know what I mean?
And then throw a takedown.
Yeah. During a boxing match.
Exactly.
I whenever like he's striking, he doesn't really like bounce around. He's not fluid. You know what I mean? He's like, he just looks like he wants to take your head off.
Yeah, exactly. It's not terrible boxing, but exactly, it's not boxing. You know what I mean? He's more of a MMA striker. You know what I mean?
It's not pure boxing.
Yeah, exactly. Put Henry Cejudo versus Khabib. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Fuck the whole UFC.
They had like a crazy grappling thing with a bunch of UFC fighters, grappling event. It was a weird ring setup. I can't remember what the heck it was called, but Jorge Masvidal took on Showtime Pettis in it. Antonio Pettis, yeah.
How did that go?
I think it ended in a draw, I think.
Okay.
But actually, I saw some highlights of it. It was actually pretty good. I think Jorge won, actually. Pretty sure Jorge won.
Oh, yeah.
But, he's up against two strikers kind of in a grappling match, so it was kind of weird, but I thought that was kind of interesting to have that. To let the UFC let the UFC have these guys go and do that kind of an event like that, But they were being pretty tame with it, but it was still more for fun, right? They were smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
Like an all-star game for the NHL or something. And is this? I think this guy's has got to be John Jones' best friend or something. Sugar Shane O'Malley out again. Failed his piss test again. This guy and John Jones are tight. And but the thing is, what's such a slap in the face to the fucking world and to in the world of MMA and combat sports is he just had trace amounts. Just trace amounts. That's all he had. Exact same thing that John Jones had. For the exact same thing.
Needs to start adding
exactly. But he's suspended. He's going to be suspended. You know what I mean? Like, what? One guy, you can do it. One guy can't do it. You saw your fucking joke. You know what I mean? Just go away.
Yeah.
Just fucking go away. Useless. Utterly useless. But he's saying that he's not going to have to serve time, but I don't know. Let's see how much talking he does. Because he's saying he's just doing the same plea that John Jones is. I've failed because of this. I failed because it's still in my system.
Yeah, the John Jones defense.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a thing.
Everyone's gonna be doing it. Everyone's gonna be doing it.
If you get busted once, you get to get busted again with less amount every single time. For like years, fuck it. Just take less and less.
Exactly. Just a tiny pico amount.
Yeah.
Just mix it with your water. It's a pico amount. Why not?
Microdosing with steroids. I don't know if that'd work.
Maybe it does. Who knows? Maybe it's working for John Jones, maybe. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah.
Brings me to our final thought of the night. and a dude who I don't know what has happened to him. Colby Covington. We talked about it earlier. Mentioned a little bit. What has happened with this dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just like not fighting. I see him on Instagram.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's just disappeared. No fight announcements, nothing.
I think he pissed off Dana White in the UFC.
He must have. He hasn't fought. It'll be, it's past a year. He hasn't fought in a year. A full year. No suspensions, no injuries.
And he has a belt. No one take it from
Yeah,
him.
no one took his interim belt away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's still the interim champ.
Like, how fucked up is that? Where has Colby Covington been? Hit us up.
Yeah.
Hashtag free Colby.
He was supposed to fight for the belt, but then Dana gave it to somebody else. I forget who.
And then somebody else again. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for 170, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Fucked up. You know what I mean? You know, in beating Rafael Dos Anjos, that was a great match for him. That was a huge. That's when I was like, this fucking son of a bitch, piece of shit, Colby Covington, he ain't beating my man, Rafael Dos Anjos, man. No way in hell is he beating Rafael Dos Anjos. And he fucking walked through him. You know what I mean? He totally kicked the shit out of him. I love our RDF, man. Our RDA, sorry. I just love him, man. But then for the one before, I thought, like, oh, there's no way he's going to beat Damian Maia. Walks through Damian Maia, too. Beat the shit out of Damian Maia. And then, you know, he's beaten a lot of dudes. Dong Hung Kim at 170 is another huge dude. I think he knocked him out. No, just decision as well. Hey, that's what it is. He just all these are decision wins, but he is whooping the fuck out of these people. He TKO'd Max Griffin, and then Brian Barberino, who's a very, very tough dude. He just did lose this weekend. Losing to Warley Alves, but that's a tough dude. Warley Alves, very, very tough dude, and that was earlier in his career too. Especially, you know, only being, you know, you're 8-0 when you're taking on Warley Alves, tough one. Wow, Dana White announcing. When is that going? When was that announced?
235.
Wow, 235.
Oh, it says Colby Covington made his presence felt all throughout UFC 235 fight week. Saturday night was no exception.
Yeah, because I think 235 is already gone.
Yeah.
Just more talking about, but still, hopefully we do see that come up next. I would love to see that. If it is the truth, Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman. Huge. That would be a great battle, man. That would be one of the toughest 170s absolutely in the world. Are going to be going toe to toe. I would love to see that, but we'll find out. Once these 170 guys are all it's getting fucking log jammed as it usually does at 170. You know what I mean?
Imagine getting that ring rust and then fighting Usman.
Yeah, exactly. Here's your first fight.
It's like Dana's like, yeah, we don't like you, so you're fighting Usman.
Yeah, exactly.
Have fun. Have fun with that.
And Ben Askren at the same time. Handicap match.
It was like wet blanketing him the whole time. I can't move.
Oh, shit.
In there.
Still, very, very odd. Hit us up, Colby. Hit us up for an interview, homie, and tell us what you got going on. All-American wrestler, too. Tough as nails. Tough as nails, man. Don't come tougher, but where's he been? Dana White shafting the man.
Yeah.
At 170.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, oh, big time. Big time. Like we touched base on many times on the show earlier, throughout the entire history of the show. I think it's because of his Trump remarks. He's a huge Trump supporter. Is that hurting him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just glad I don't live in America. That's on you guys. But I think to be very supportive of either side, the left or the right, to be super vocal and then super one way and be that way or the highway, you're going to have conflicting people. Obviously, you're going to be hated by some and loved by others. But obviously, Colby Covington has pissed off the wrong person. Let's get to some video game news. Kelly, how is the new character
Oh, you know what?
in Apex.
It actually doesn't come out till July 2nd.
Son of a
No, I
bitch!
got it wrong.
Apex, how could you do this to us?
There's like a 2-week gap of nothing.
Oh my
There's
god.
no battle pass. It's
Oh
just like,
my god.
It's just what it is. Right
Apex dropping the ball here. Floundering.
now.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was stoked.
Me
I
too.
woke up early and like I kept checking to see if it was there, and then I had to go online to see what was going on. It said July 2nd. I was like, no.
Oh man. That sucked. Did it get pushed back?
No, I think it was always July 2nd, but I just figured once the season ended, the second one would start. Typically
I
that's
see
the
what
way it
you're
goes.
saying. I see what you're saying. You think they would have had that transition much more smoothly than
Yeah.
a 2-week period.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So
Did you play anyways, or are you
I
so
did.
disgusted? You did. You're so disgusted. You gave the game a break, but no.
I've been getting some terrible teammates.
Were you talking trash with those guys too? Like, God damn, when's the next thing coming out, y'all?
No, I usually don't use my mic when I'm talking with playing with randoms. But I just had some terrible teammates that like to run away, and it's the worst when people like looting, but they're just continuously running away and not marking where they're going. So it's just like, are you even on the team anymore, or are you just doing your own thing?
Yeah, yeah, that's the worst. That is the worst. I know. I hate it when they do, like they're just spamming it too. Like, this is over here, this is over here. They're just like constantly running around like, this is over here, this is over here. It's like okay, let's just fucking focus on doing shit, not just focusing on every little tiny fucking level 1 shield,
Yeah.
homie.
Oh man, it's like when everybody has level 2 armor, and then some guys like spamming the level 1 armor. So it's like, what, you think I'm gonna try?
I know, and you can see that shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can see that what I have for armor, so don't fuck me around.
Yeah.
You know who you are. It's like, even though they changed Mozambique, I don't want the Mozambique, okay? I get it.
Or if one guy like runs towards a team,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets dropped right away, and he just keeps spamming like, enemy over here, enemy
Yeah.
over here. It's like, what, you want me to run out and get dropped too?
Exactly.
You're a dumbass. Deal with it. I'll get you when I kill these guys.
Exactly. Just be a decoy and we'll all be fine.
Yeah.
It's too funny.
Oh man.
I actually saw a Stadia commercial on YouTube, so
Oh nice.
yeah, maybe we'll be seeing that coming up here shortly here too.
It's
But,
actually not that bad for the pricing.
Uh-huh.
I think it's still similar to Xbox Live, PS4.
huh?
All you need is like a controller. They
Yeah.
actually have like
I think you can buy like a kit or something like that.
there's
Yeah.
like a what do you call it? Like a founder's kit, and
Uh-huh.
it gives you access like a year earlier
Wow.
than everybody. Like it'll give you access this year, so you can start buying games, and you get like your own unique name, like basically you're
Yeah.
like one of the first people to choose a name, right?
Cool.
And
Yeah.
it's locked in. Yeah, and it comes with a controller, and then just I think 3 months of time.
Huh.
I think actually, you know what? I think if you start paying for it, you can play it right away without buying the founder's kit and all
Right.
that stuff. You just don't get like the guaranteed like name.
Oh,
and all that
name.
stuff.
Oh, crazy.
And
Wow.
Then, yeah, next year it'll be free. That's what it is.
Huh. Wow. What?
Yeah, next year it'll be free, but I don't know if that's like it'll be free for like just like single player.
Yeah.
Or it'll be free for multiplayer.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's a fucking great question. Yeah, exactly. Will it be like Xbox Gold, or if it's just gonna be like, we're like, hey, we know you're gonna buy a game eventually.
Yeah.
We'll have a ton of free games like all the other systems do.
Yeah, they do. They're
Yeah,
gonna
exactly,
Have a
yeah.
bunch of games.
Well, it's gonna have everything
to begin with. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Fortnite would be one of those games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why not? Right? That makes sense. It's a very simple game. You know what I mean? It's low everything. You know what I mean? Low graphics. You know, low RAM. You know, everything. You don't need much to play that game anyway. So just to do that alone, I'm not a fan of it really that much. I enjoyed playing it when it came out. When it first came out, I thought this was actually a pretty fun game. I played a lot of it. But it's just I'm not that good at it. That's my biggest problem with Fortnite. I suck.
I believe they're gonna almost have something like Game Pass, where it's like
Yeah.
they just have a bunch of games unlocked for the people paying
Yeah.
monthly as well, and then you can buy games on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're it's like having Steam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just exactly like having Steam, right? You know what I mean? You have access to everything else everyone else does. Certain games are free. There's a lot of free games you can play, and you can play with everyone just like you can in Steam, right?
Yeah.
And then if you want to buy a game, you can buy a game.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait too. I think it's pretty exciting, especially for for the PC. All those PC people gotta be pretty butthurt. It's like, fuck, I spent so much money, like 3,000, plus on my PC, and now this thing's coming out. I can play, on my phone.
But can you use a keyboard and mouse with Google's new platform?
Huh.
Because if you can't, then just so people are gonna be playing on the PC,
of
on
course,
Steam and stuff like that. Just especially for RPGs.
If they didn't, that'd be ridiculous. That'd be a huge flop for them.
Yeah.
Is that really true that you can't use a keyboard and mouse?
I'm not sure. I'm
Huh.
not sure if it is.
That would be a huge miss.
Because I
Huge
know,
miss.
like, they're just talking about the controllers. You can use controllers
Yeah.
right now. But at the same time, if I'm playing a game like Apex Legends and I'm using a controller, I don't want somebody using a keyboard and mouse.
It's
to
true.
kill me so fast.
That's true. Exactly.
It's a lot different.
Huh. Good point. Yeah. Huh. So many unanswered questions with Stadia. We only could find out how much is this pack. Do you know the Founders Pack?
I'm not sure.
Let's search it up. Yeah, let's search it up here. Because I'd be interested in it for sure, man. I'd be super interested. I got too many video games to play right now as it is. I'm balls deep in video games here. Seriously. I don't have enough time for the games I have.
Stadia Founder Edition, $169.
Oh, hold on a second. Yeah,
quite a bit.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Let's see what you get.
I was thinking if it was under $100, I'd do it.
Destiny 2, the collection comes with it.
Looks like Samurai Showdown.
So you get controller.
Uh-huh.
It looks like, and you get like what is that? A Google Chrome thing. Chromecast Ultra included
crazy.
For 4K. So it could stream 4K with this Chromecast, and it has a controller.
Crazy.
You can hook up to it. It's $11.99 Canadian a month.
Oh, that's not bad. Do you need a smart TV though to put into your TV?
Well, I guess you could use a smart TV or just a Chromecast. Chromecast is basically just a little device.
Uh-huh.
You can buy them for like $60,
Huh.
I think. And you just plug it right into the HDMI port on your
crazy.
TV.
Uh-huh.
And then you can hook up like a phone, or I guess you can hook up a controller too. And you just use that as the input device.
Crazy. Huh. Okay, cool.
But yeah, you can stream YouTube and all that stuff on the Chromecast as well. So it's going to be useful for more than
Right.
just that. But yeah, it comes with that and a controller. If you have a smart TV, that will work too.
Right. Huh,
'Cause you
cool.
can play through your YouTube app, sorry.
Right.
But this actually streams at 4K. I don't know if an app would stream at 4K, 60 frames per second. Yeah, next year you'll get 1080p resolution for free.
Wow. I wonder what the controller's like. What is it? Let's take a look at it again. It kind of almost looks like
Almost
like
an
a
Xbox.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Let's try to make it bigger here. Sorry, this is riveting.
I know it is. Oh, I really like it. Yeah, it is kind of like a mixture of an Xbox, kind of like a PC controller. You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at the triggers are pretty big though too on it.
I don't like where the analog sticks are.
A little bit too close together.
It needs to be like the Xbox versus
Yeah.
one up, one down.
We'll see how I wonder if you can just use a wireless
I'm
Xbox.
pretty sure if you get a Chromecast, you can hook your Xbox up to that through Bluetooth, and you can use that to play this as well. I'm pretty sure they said that PlayStation 4 and Xbox controllers will work.
Oh, okay, cool. That's good. That's good to know then. Yeah.
If you don't buy that, the Founders Kit, and you just bought a Chromecast, it'd probably be like $60, and then $12 a month for the actual service itself.
Right.
That's what it would be.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, exactly. Which would be like $11.99 Canadian.
It's not too bad.
No, it's not bad at all. That's what I pay for wrestling. You know what I mean? And I enjoy that. You know what I mean? The obviously the WWE pass is same price.
Yeah.
And I'd definitely pay that to have like an unlimited amount of video games and like a thing where I could get any video game I want. It doesn't matter how fast my computer is. You know what I mean? I can get any game I want. You know, that's pretty enticing.
Yeah. Next year will be free.
Yeah.
1080p. I don't even have a 4K TV.
Yeah, exactly. Me either. Exactly. A little bit of Zelda going on this week. I didn't play very much. I was quite busy this week, actually. I had a lot going on. Tons of going on. Yesterday was obviously a super busy day for me. I got Friday was super busy for me. I just didn't really get a lot of time to myself, actually, this week. So I only got to play a little bit, but it was all about the shrines. I was just kind of shrine hunting, going around. I found this one. It was I had to like go climb up this super tall mountain, and then because it was like this island in the middle of nowhere, I thought the only way I'm going to be able to get to that island is if I climb up this top of this mountain, which looks like it kind of peaks over, and then just jump off the edge and float to this island. And the first time I did it, I didn't make it because I ran and jumped, and I wasted just that little bit extra of stamina. Killed me. I jumped too short and I didn't make it. I ended up running out of stamina and dying. But I just walked off the edge and glided the whole way there. It was like a crazy glide, Kelly. It was nuts. And to make it to this island, but the joke was on me. That island was that shrine was tough. I haven't come up against a shrine like this before. Kelly, you come across these shrines. All shrines are different.
Yeah.
Some are just puzzles where you got to use your different powers. And things like that, or you gotta move like a rock into a certain place by moving the whole a whole tile or something like that, or freezing and shit like that, right? But some you gotta fight a dude, you gotta fight a robot, and this robot was one hitting me. That's the hardest part right off the bat. He just hits me once and I'm dead. The second hardest part is I didn't come in prepared. I only had a few decent weapons, and you really need to have the sword and shield against this dude, because that way you can just dodge all his shit. But the sword and shield I had, he was super tough too. That's it. Problem number 2 with this dude is he just took so much damage. I had a bunch of good weapons, but the major huge weapon I have was what I got from the other tough dude I fought in a shrine. It's like this massive glowing axe, Kelly. It's just huge, but it's slow. But it does tons of damage, and I ended up breaking the thing on the dude easily. I'll break 4 weapons on this dude because he's so tough. He takes such a beating.
He can take a glowing axe? That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Nobody should be able to take
that. I know.
That.
Come on, Zelda. No, but I'm just saying. So it was a tough challenge, but I played it, and then like I said, then he just if he hits me with certain moves, I can live. But if he swaps me with a one move and I'm not prepared, I'm just dicking around and not ready for it, he'll just one hit me. So you can imagine getting his health down so far, almost beating him so many times, and then just for him to whap me once, because at the end he starts going fucking crazy and move faster. It's heartbreaking. It was tough though, so I just went and did a few other easier shrines that were just puzzles. Super fun game. I'm hoping to get a lot more time to get more time. Like I said, I got too many video games. First world problems over here. I got too many video games to play right now. Love them. Nothing gets your mind off than sitting down, having a water, a smoke, and playing some video games. That's heaven to me, my man. Heaven. Back by popular demand, reviewing the reviews. I thought let's stick with what's good. Yeah, I want to keep it because I could easily research crazy places, crazy people. And that's something that is fun to me. So I want to do it fresh as always. Kelly, and have it so that I am, kind of going in blind to this craziness, so I can have a laugh as well. It's all about me. Yeah. One place we've never done, KFC. What an easy solution. It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. KFC used to be so good. It used to be so good. It used to be the best place to go to for the wraps. The Big Crunch, even the normal chicken sandwich one. You know what I mean? Fries were good. Poutine was good. I loved it. But as of late, I don't know what's in the chicken. It's not very good. Honestly, I just don't feel good after eating that much. And we hit gold here, the closest one to us. I know it very well. I've been there hundreds of times. It's a KFC and Taco Bell, like most of them are up in here in Canada. 313 reviews only. 313. 2.6 stars. 2.6. So you can imagine this is going to be very interesting. Obviously, the dominant is 1 stars, obviously. And yeah, there's a lot of hate out there. People actually going with one. people actually going with a 5-star. Let's start off. This is like the fakest, fucking worst review ever. This person must work there. They must work there. Or otherwise, they actually are so psychotic to give KFC a 5-star review. This person, 33 reviews, 53 photos. They got more photos and reviews, so you know how psychotic they are already. Oh man, too much. 5-star review they gave him a month ago too. This location is by far the best. Management does a great job. Like, who says that? Starting off with management is great. What's that to do with the food? You're going to a restaurant to review the food, not the management. That's your first point. Number one. Management was great. They gave me a hand job out back. Exemplary.
Oh, wow.
Staff is well trained. Food is fresh. Wrong. You definitely didn't go to KFC.
You think that shit's fresh? In which way?
The place is clean. I'm always satisfied here. He definitely did get a hand job. He definitely did.
Yeah. Maybe it just means that it was like freshly
This guy is
deep fried.
Maybe, but still, this guy is straight up psychotic. I can't make this shit up. They always have what I need. What?
Wow. Whatever you need. It's whatever you need.
I'm serious. Who says that? Who says that? This is gold. I've had issues at other locations that are always out of chicken, or it's really old.
The KFC's out of chicken.
What KFC?
Can I get a 2-piece of chicken? I'm sorry, we're out of chicken, sir.
So there's a gas station.
There's no chicken. There's a gas station.
Sir, this is a Mr. Lube. 1 star for this location of KFC. Never had that problem here. It's a busy location, but they serve you quickly. I live in Mission, but come here frequently.
What the fuck? You psycho.
What?
That Mission
the fuck?
chicken.
This dude, for people who don't know, these two locations are a great distance apart. A great distance apart. You know what I mean? It's like 40, I'd say 50 kilometers. You know what I mean? 50 kilometers.
Yeah.
That'd be like 27 or 8 to you American folks in miles. So it's not like a quick drive. No one would go out of their way to go to this KFC.
Yeah.
And to come from another town over, to like 4 towns over, this takes, you can't make this shit up. Who would write that, Kelly? Who would write that?
My local KFC is always out of chicken. I'm always like, I just want
that's
some
why
fucking chicken.
I come all the way here because I know
There'll be chicken.
there's gonna be chicken.
It
Rest
won't be
assured.
old.
Rest assured, that long drive was well worth
You
it.
got chicken today? Yeah, but it's old as fuck.
Still take it. That's insanity. From a 5-star. That's what I'm saying. That's what's even crazier. A 5-star review. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense at all. This is insane. That one's a little bit too long. Here's a 3-star. Wow, this is weird. It was a 3-star and they're writing because this is very weird. Their accessibility information. The review was prepared by my Social Studies 9 class after a site visit and an interview with the manager. That's how they start off this review. I'm kind of interested. Okay, let's read what the hell this even means. Okay. The KFC is basic in terms of accessibility features. It lacks dedicated restrooms for disabled people. Okay, I think I'm getting it now. Yeah. They wrote it like adjectively towards them if they were writing about an accessibility issue in the world for their social studies. Okay, I get you. Yeah, not interesting at all. Exactly, I get you. Moving on.
might have been fun.
Yeah. No, exactly. Still odd. Why would somebody do that? I guess it's their write a review on Google, guys. That's the worst teacher ever.
About accessibility.
He really cashed it in. He showed up hungover for that day of class. He's like, I don't know, write about a review or something. Everyone go to KFC, get me a poutine. I'm fucking super hungover. Get me a poutine and a Pepsi, and come back and write a review about the place. I don't know, accessibility or something.
Awesome.
All right, moving on here. NS, only 2 reviews by this guy. He was mad. Only 2 reviews by this dude. He's so mad, in fact, that he felt like, and this guy's crazy for sure.
Fuck you, greasy chicken.
Once, 1 star a month ago. I had to wait for the food was... Hold on, let me start this again. The wait for the food was 30 minutes long. And they had very poor service as well. And there was a man who was singing about chicken.
Wow.
What the hell?
That's pretty awesome. 5 stars.
If you love to hear strangers sing when they're getting their fast food, this is the right place for you!
Fucking
Exclamation point.
let's go.
1 star. But that's what's even weirder about this one. Even though they had to wait 30 minutes, the thing they were not mad about was the singing guy. Or were they? So weird. Why even mention that? This person should be 100 yards away from a computer at all times. This person. All right, here it looks like wow, there's a lot of weird ass ones. Here's another 1 star though. Do this and then I'll read this other crazy guys. I rather give no stars. Went in and ordered while waiting for the food lady, touching fries bare hands. It looks like there was an emoji there, but it didn't show up. Then there are some fries on the ground, and the floor was nasty. I live 8 minutes away from there, and the fries were soggy and cold. Gravy was cold. Chicken looked like it was 3 days old. And put in a microwave. For a $50 meal, one would expect the food would be hot and not looking like 3 days old. Totally not impressed.
Wait, is the chicken fresh or 3 days old? I'm fucking confused now. Because we have 2 people saying different things.
I know. And this is 3 months ago, so maybe they got new management and it was good.
So there's a new manager.
That person was very upset. Yeah. They were very upset about that. But
3 days too.
That's the most accurate review, though. That's what you get at KFC these days.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm sure it's not gross in there. I'm sure it's clean up to code. But the quality has gone downhill. Let's just be real, people. Let's be real, people. KFC, 10 years ago was way better than it was today. Let's be real. I would love KFC back then. Loved it. Sad more than anything. All right, this guy I think kind of touched base on this guy here. Last review here. Mick, 104 reviews, which is MC is his initials. 104 reviews, 1 photo only, 3 months ago, 4 stars. Is it my eyes, or is a drumstick the same size as a wing from a decade ago? Wow, I just thought this guy was meant for us. Oh, seriously, that is insane. Tiny chicken, but hey, if you have that hankering for pressure deep fried, selectively bred avian dinosaur meat, then this is the place for you. Still gave him 4 stars though.
Yeah. It's still delicious. It's just tiny.
Exactly. Wow, great review. What a way to round it off, man. Seriously. all off the fucking cusp. We are live, folks.
Fuck yeah.
With that being said, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after these brief messages. Here at the Stephen and Kelly's and New podcast, we just want to make sure that all of you out there are drinking plenty of water. Plenty of that sweet, refreshing liquid water. Whether it be rainy, sunny, cold, or hot, be sure to drink all times. At a party, drink water. Day out at soccer, drink water. You're hungover as shit. You better be sure to drink plenty of water. Be sure, though, there is a limit with that water. Don't drink too much, or you'll be pissing all night long. Coming from the water company.
Yeah.
Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed our commercials. Go grab yourself a tall, cold glass of water on the house. Tap water, that is. Tons of MMA to get to. Fuck, with everything. Bellator, Bareknuckle Fighting Championship, and UFC. Let's break her down here. Starting with Bareknuckle Boxing. They actually had a decently stacked card. I caught some of the highlights. Notable names, obviously. Where is it here? Joe Riggs, Diesel Riggs, still getting it done. He goes to a draw. How that dude is still fighting is insane. He's actually fighting at a lot heavier weight. Funny note about Joe Riggs was he actually was like super heavyweight. He fought Herb Dean, the referee, at heavyweight.
I watched his fight, and I thought Joe won it easily.
Yeah.
He got a knockdown. I forget what round it was. I think it was the second round. Other than that, I think the other guy, he had one round.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how they came to a draw. And the commentators were saying the same thing.
Crazy. Yeah. Really?
It's pretty weird. But Joe, he just stalked him and beat him up.
Nice. How'd he look? Good?
He looked good, man. Nice. He looked big.
That's what I was saying. Like, he's fighting at 205 now.
Yeah, he's jacked, man.
Nice. But it was just like he got into MMA to lose weight and then ended up, fighting at 170, for the longest time. Yeah, that's crazy.
He had good movement. There's a lot of guys that just came out and just started throwing punches, and you could actually see the skill level, the difference when he came out. And his opponent was really good, too.
Yeah, oh, cool.
He just wasn't on the same level. And I don't know how it went to a draw, but...
Weird.
Diesel, he did great.
Weird judging this event here. Did you notice? We got to talk about first the gloves, the fisted gloves. You know what I mean? Did you notice everyone kind of had like their hands really wrapped? You know what I mean? It was like there kind of was a glove there, but it was more like I liked how they kind of had the hand where they kind of wrapped it up. You know what I mean? The hand was kind of like not kind of wrapped up, but you know what I mean? Where the top of the glove was wrapped up, so it's kind of more sucked into towards the hand, the top of the hand. So I thought they did a good job with the glove. Joey Beltran wins by KOing. That guy really needed a win. If anyone in the world in combat sports needed a win, it was the Mexicutioner, Joey Beltran right now. He has been beat up a lot. You know what I mean? I love his fights. He's always going toe-to-toe with dudes. Absolutely love his fights, and I'm glad he got a win. Julian Lane, one dude, he was a 2-time Ultimate Fighter contestant. He wins again. And this is an organization that's meant for him too. He wasn't like a great grappler, more of a stand and bang type of MMA fighter too. So this one, this was a good matchup for him too. Who did he beat? Tom Schoaf. How was that one, Kelly? Do you remember watching that one? I didn't see the highlights of that one.
No, I watched it. He dominated the fight. He was like having fun in there. He's moving all, like great. He was like. Precision punches basically, just knocking the guy down. Every time he knocked the guy down, he would stand like above him with his arms in the air, like he just won the fight every single time. It was awesome.
Teabagging him.
Yeah.
Nice. I totally think it fits him. He's a crazy dude, perfect for him. This organization's got a lot of good potential when it comes to talent coming back from the UFC. Johnny Bedford wins by decision. And Chris Lieben losing. Dakota, the last-second replacement. Cochran. This dude has won now 2 fights, Kelly, in bare-knuckle boxing as a last-second replacement, basically. And against, tougher dudes. He beat Chris Lieben, and the first time he knocked out, what's his face? Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how crazy is that? And then to come in and now beat Chris Lieben. Like, that's crazy.
And he was saying he's like the legend killer, and he wants more legends to come to
That's hilarious.
and challenge him.
Ah, nice. Good for him. Because I saw some highlights. He actually looked really good in that match.
Yeah.
What's your take on that one, Kelly?
No, I thought, yeah, he did good. The thing was, like, they're both really big and kind of muscular,
Yeah.
so they slowed down a lot in the last couple rounds.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, it's pretty bad to
Right.
the point where, like, if you thought someone who had really good cardio could just go in there and start smashing them at that point. But at the same time, that big size was allowed them to take out their opponents before in the past, like
Right.
the 3 previous
Right.
ones, really easily. Like, they smashed them, basically, right?
I would have liked this because they sound like they did size up pretty good. You know what I
did,
mean?
yeah.
Huh.
Well, like, Chris Lieben was a lot taller.
Right. Oh, really?
But they both had
Yeah.
big frames. Like,
Uh-huh.
they're both super, like, muscular.
Crazy win for him, though. You know what I mean? Crazy win. And the main event, we have Paulie Malignaggi taking on Artem Lobov. I had it Lobov too. You know what I mean? It wasn't a great fight. I think that's the biggest problem. I think it was kind of a bit of a, I think if you had to score it, I think I'd give it a C plus. You know what I mean? It was good, but it had its moments. You know what I mean? It had its bad moments, it had its good moments. But I think I just was expecting a bit more from both guys. But they put on a decent show. What do you think, Kelly?
No, I loved it.
Yeah, Kelly, loving it.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like, something about the bare knuckle. Like, it's, man, the blood and
Yeah.
just slicing people open easily. No, I thought it was a good fight. It was a lot of, like, Artem, he was basically stalking.
Yeah, that's why I gave him.
yeah.
That's why I gave him the
Yeah.
edge.
No, it was a good fight. I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I could see how a lot of people didn't like it, but to me, man, I thought they were both just doing what they're trained to do.
Yeah, of course. It wasn't a terrible match. I think I just had my hopes maybe set a bit too high for the match. I think I was a bit more psyched up for it.
Yeah.
And let me down a little.
You
Just a
wanted
little
to
bit.
see
Just a little bit.
Somebody gets smashed
Yeah.
or knocked out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just a little bit. So, you know, especially when you two dudes build up that hate, and then they kind of, you know what I mean, you don't really see the hate in the ring, too. You know what I mean? It sucks.
Yeah.
Moving right along to Bellator 223. I gotta say, this was a bit of a weird one for me. I was glad. I just want to get this out of the way. I was glad it was on. Paramount Network, because I get Paramount Network and I love watching them on the Paramount Network. Glad Paramount Network got some brand new commercials. They've had the same commercials for the last 6 months. Same set of commercials. I'm glad they got new commercials, but they didn't show the main event. The main event wasn't on.
What?
The show just ended. Yeah, the show ended with Paul Daly versus Eric Silva. So I thought, like, they're just showing like the undercard. Very, very weird. Yeah, it was very, very weird. So I was like, okay, this is weird. It must have been on the DAZN or something. You know what I mean? But that's what even Sherdog was talking about, how like they don't know what was. It was super, super odd. Sherdog was very confused about what happened.
That's
yeah. But I don't know if it was, because they were even announcing like this is the last fight of the match, the fight of the night, is this fight. You know what I mean? I thought it was very weird. Anywho, I got to watch it. I watched the undercard. Was actually pretty good. Tons of fights again. I think another 18 fight, even more than that, 19 fight match put on by Bellator in the UK. I caught a lot of it. That's why I was so weirded out. I'm like, what is going on here? You know what I mean? I was really weirded out. Mike Shipman knockout was pretty cool. That was Charlie Ward also had a good knockout too. The Mike Shipman knockout though by Castillo Van Steenis was a pretty crazy elbow knockout. Denise Kienholz, that was actually a really good fight for her too. In the women's division of Bellator, Brioni Tyrell was a really, really tough woman, and for her to get the win was really, really good. One fight that really stood out for me, Fabian Edwards versus Jonathan Basuku. It was a crazy, crazy war. Those dudes really went at it. Really terrible ground game by both of them, but man, these dudes, you know what I mean, those fights where you see guys get in the ring and these guys are like actual killers. These was two, and these guys were throwing heavy kicks, heavy punches, the whole fight. Really good. And Fabian Edwards is the brother to Leon Edwards, but is at middleweight, so he was much, much bigger. James Gallagher versus Jeremiah Labiano. Another terrible showing by this guy. This guy's the biggest douche ever. I can't wait for someone to kick his ass again. He's just terrible. He walks around like Conor McGregor, but he's not good. He's not that good at all. You know what I mean? He's not that good at all. It's like, what do you fucking do? You're beating up low level dudes in Bellator and not even really doing that good. You know what I mean? It goes to the decision. I thought Labiano actually had done enough to win that match. It was to at least see a split decision, not a full decision for James Gallagher. Paul Daly versus Eric Silva. That was a really, really good matchup. That was one I didn't expect it. I think my expectations were so low for it. I didn't expect it to be really good, but it was really, really good match, man. They really went toe-to-toe. Eric Silva landing a few crazy punches, knocking Paul Daly on his butt. And then Paul Daly, he had how Eric Silva lived, because Paul Daly cranked him fucking hard as shit, dropped him, but he managed to regain his composure and the grounds out the decision. It was a good fight.
Eric Silva's first fight when he was in the UFC, just saying he was like the jungle something champion, and his first fight was against a champion from another organization that came in as well, and he fucking won easily.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like, well, I guess it wasn't that easily, but man, it was a really good fight.
Yeah,
and he looked great. And I thought he could be champ someday.
Me too. I totally thought that too. I thought he was a great fighter with like a huge amount of potential, and I thought his career was limitless. I thought he was a great striker, great ground game. I thought, man, he's totally got it. But then kind of had a few shit performances and got knocked out a few times, and just time caught up with him. Maybe did the Brazilian lifestyle catch up with him? You know what I mean? Maybe did that catch up with him? A little bit of fame killed him. And then that's when the Paramount ended. So that was it. So I guess they had the other card. It must have been on the Zone. I'm fucking clueless here. Fucking clueless. Aaron Chalmers though, triangle chokes Fred Freeman. That's what's even weird to have that fight on after that. You know what I mean? Because it's like a reality TV star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Melvin Manhoof beats Kent Kapanen by decision. They went toe to toe. And that one was a crazy exchange with Melvin Manhoof actually really whooping on him. Kent Kapanen was another kickboxer also from the UK. He had beaten Alessio Sakara last time, so this was his big matchup. And Melvin Manhoof really winning a big statement match as well in a 185 division that's kind of topsy-turvy with the main event going down with Rafael Lovato Jr. beating my man, Gegard Mousasi. But if this proves Gegard Mousasi always comes back stronger. And it was a very close fight. It was a super close fight. Could have seen it going either way. Obviously, I was leaning towards Gegard, but kind of deep down inside, I knew that Rafael Lovato Jr. had just a bit more in with the takedowns and just his submission attempts. Guys, he's actually a jiu-jitsu ace. He is very, very good on the ground. I think that's what he outplayed Gegard Mousasi in that, where Gegard Mousasi is very, very, very good on the ground too, but he has stumbled against these guys who are extremely good on the ground, like in the likes of Jacare and others like that. Huge win for Rafael Lovato Jr. 10-0 now. You know what I mean? Middleweight champ. Good for him, and a good showing there.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. Gegard Mousasi loses.
10-0, and he beat Gegard.
Yeah, for the belt,
wow.
No less. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Huge win. Check out the fight if you haven't seen it. It was actually really good. Really good fight.
I wonder if he went to the UFC, if he'd do good or if he'd just piss hot.
He's pretty big. That's the thing. He's actually pretty big. I think that's the reason why he could manhandle Gegard on the ground, because he's actually bigger than Gegard Mousasi.
Yeah.
And he's jacked. He's super jacked up.
I wonder why that is. Sometimes there's a reason people go to Bellator.
That's true. That is true. No USADA. No USADA, that's for sure. Moving right along, folks. Let's break it down here. UFC Fight Night 154. Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie, taking on Renato Mayakano Carnero. Decent card. I think when I was looking at it on paper, I was like, this is not a lot of firepower on this card. I don't really kind of not sure about this one. Luis Pena beats Matt Wyman by TKO. Weird that Matt Wyman is still fighting somehow. One fight you gotta check out if you haven't seen it online, folks, is Jazarino Rostukuk knocking out Alan Crowder. He just got gift. You know what I mean? He got gifted. I guess that's what. Yeah, we just hashtag that. Yeah, this is gifted. Gifted. He got gifted. 9-second knockout. He did. He is a GIF. A second fastest knockout in UFC heavyweight history. But the thing is about this one is Alan Crowder. He was talking so much shit before the match, and then you're gonna go out and get. It wasn't even that strong of a punch, but the dude obviously hits hard. But got knocked out right the fuck off the bat. Kevin Holland putting on a decent showing against Alessio Di Crincchio. I thought that was actually a decent fight. It was a bit of a snorer. Andrea Lee beats Montana De La Rosa. And then, unfortunately, Andre Elwell versus Anderson Dos Santos. That's the fight where I had a little bit of a nap. It wasn't very good. Luckily enough, I woke up during Randy Brown versus Brian Barberena. And man, that was a good fight. What a statement fight by the bad boy. Or I think he's Rude Boy. Even a cooler nickname, Randy Brown. Huge win for him. And he was actually the underdog. Like, fuck, if I would have known, that would have been a great fight to put some money on. Let's break it down here. 6 degrees of separation. Randy Rude Boy Brown. So he knocks TKO's Randy Barberino. He actually lost to Nico Price. Oh, really? I didn't know that. KO, too. Second round. Huh. That would have been a good fight. Maybe I did catch it. I just forgot. Beating Mickey Gall by decision. That's a big win. Losing to Bilal Muhammad. Oh, weird. It's kind of up and down career for this dude. Beating Brian Camozzi. Beating Eric Montano. All by finishes. And then losing to Michael Graves. Very weird. Up and down career. Winning. He was undefeated from the New York organization, ROC. Up and down. He's got a Christmas tree, Kelly, almost. Starting to a Christmas tree there. With the reds and the greens for wins and losses.
And it's like one submission, one decision, and one TKO, or KO, rather.
Yeah.
So it's like all different. Every loss.
Yeah, every single one's different, yeah. Weird, but big, huge statement win, beating the hometown boy, too. That's what I feel for Barberino. Like, his whole family was there, and here he put on a good fight, though. I thought he came in with a good strategy, but I just think Randy Brown just a bit bigger, a bit quicker, and was just landing a bit more. That was a co-main event, so that's what I'm saying. That's the co-main event. Let's go talk about the main event of the evening, though. Chan Sung Jung versus Renato Carnero Mayakano. Good nickname. But great fight. Chan Sung Jung coming in, with that weird fighting style, kind of throwing those slower punches right off the bat. He almost got gifted. 58-second KO by the Korean Zombie. What a win. What a statement win, too. Mayakano, shitty for him because he had to fight Jose Aldo. He had to lose. He lost to just recently. And now fighting Korean Zombie, who's also extremely tough, too. One odd fact was actually he was the highest ranked fighter on the card. You know what I mean? And only ranked at number 5. And that's the main event. You know what I mean? It's the guy who's ranked number 5 taking on a Korean Zombie. He's got to be ranked 9th, maybe. You know what I mean? At featherweight. But tough loss for Mayakano in that one. To lose two. It's not. You're fighting the two of the toughest dudes in the world at your weight class. It's just unfortunate you were on the wrong end of the stick those 2 nights. You know what I mean? And still top 10 in my books, I think. Very, very tough dude. But Chan Sung Jung skyrockets through the standings with that knockout. You know what I mean? What an amazing move, though. Just kind of ploy him in with that slow punching style and then just really smack him hard. with that crazy left, and that right was just so fast. That was lightning fast. Dude, right on the chin. He had no way he was going to stand up from. No one was going to stand up from that punch. That was crazy. Great main event. To kind of save that card. It wasn't great. Good for the people of South Carolina to get a decent card over there, and of course it's going to be a lower level card. Oh boy, what a weekend of everything. Great news talked about, my man. We had one hell of a shindig last night at that St. Martin pub. Great night last night, man. It was the waters were flowing, the drinks were flowing, and the laughs were being had by all.
I'm still feeling it.
I was DD that night, so I was taking pictures of everyone acting a fool. No, I was. I left early. I left out early, to my sadness, of course. Oh shit!
Should be responsible.
Yeah, every once in a while, unfortunately. Anything you want to talk about, Kelly? Everything is picking your brain. Good. Yeah, me too, man. Late night.
Yeah.
Great. We could fill a ton of content. Lots of rambling. Check us out on Twitter, folks, if you love to listen to these two fine young gentlemen here at And New Podcast. The Steven and Kelly And New Podcast. Too many ands.
Yeah.
And hashtag ands. And. Well, folks, what are you going to say?
The Triple And Podcast.
The AAA podcast. It works for the yellow pages.
There you go.
AAA window cleaning.
Right in the front.
AAA plus podcast. Oh shit. Well, folks, for myself and producer and co-host with the most, my man Kelly, you've been listening to the New Podcast. Signing off.